Good afternoon to all. Welcome to the today's session. Today we are going to discuss about types of authentication in the second unit. So what is the authentication? Authentication is identifying the user's identity. So if you have to identify whether the system or a person is authorized person or not. If he or she is authorized, then only we will allow to access the data. So authentication is identifying the user's identity so that we can differentiate who are authorized persons and those who are unauthorized persons. Here we have three types of authentication. One is message encryption. Second one is message authentication code. And third one, hash function. And third one is hash function. See, message encryption. Here we will convert the plain text into the ciphertext. That is called, we call it as an encryption process. So that ciphertext which we are converting, that acts as an authentication in the message encryption. Okay. In a message authentication code, here we will generate a MAC code. We will generate a MAC code. So how it will be generated means I'll tell you now. That MAC code is called and it act as a authentication. See, we will perform a function that is C of m comma k. C means a function, m is a plain text, k is a key. Here we are performing a function which produces, after performing this function produces some fixed length of code which is called as MAC code. That is called as message authentication code. And that message authentication is used for authentication. And next, come to the next one, hash function. In a hash function, it will be generate the hash code and that acts as a authentication. Here we perform the operation h of m. H is nothing but a hash function on the plain text, on the given message. Here there is no key we are using, but in the message authentication key there is a key. Here we are performing, there are different hash functions. We will perform the hash function and which will provide a fixed length of code, and that is called as hash code. And this hash code is acts as authentication. And now we will discuss this each authentication type in detail. See the first one, message encryption. So encryption means the plain text is converted into the ciphertext and that ciphertext is acts as a authentication. So we know that in an encryption there are two types of encryption process. One is symmetric encryption, another one is asymmetric encryption. So symmetric encryption is one key is used for both encryption and decryption. So they share the same key for both the sender and the receiver to perform the encryption and decryption process. And what is asymmetric encryption? Here we use different keys for encryption and decryption. So one key is used for encryption at the sender and another key is used for the decryption at the receiver. So that is called asymmetric encryption. Let us see here the message encryption. So first this diagram, we have taken the plain text. On this we are performing the encryption with a key K. If you perform the encryption, you will get the output that is called as ciphertext. So this is the part at the sender side. Now the receiver side, he needs to get the original text. For that, he will perform the decryption with the same key k, and then he will get the plain text. And this process we call as a symmetric encryption. I told you both the encryption and decryption uses the same key k. Okay, and now here, what is the problem? Is there any problem here? In the symmetric encryption, we are directly transferring the plain text. See here, the plain text is directly transferring. When you are transferring the plain text directly, there is a chance of modifying the plain text. There is a chance of modifying the plain text. So now, to avoid this problem, so this is symmetric process, and now in an asymmetric process, we can see how to perform the encryption and decryption. Look at here, the plain text is taken. Just let us assume that the sender is A and the receiver is B. Now we are performing the encryption process, the message encryption. You can observe here, in an asymmetric, there are two techniques. We are going to perform the asymmetric encryption. In an asymmetric, there is a two techniques. That is, one is we will use here the pair of keys. We use here for the encryption, we use here for the pair of keys. Those are, the pair is, the one is public, another one is private. So we use single pair. Okay. Here, in the asymmetric encryption, the plain text is, we are using the encryption with the public key, and now the encryption, after the encryption, it is converted into the ciphertext. Then again you are performing here the decryption with a private key, and you are getting the plain text. You can observe here it is mentioned as PUB and PRB. I told you, you can use a single pair of anyone, that may be a sender or the receiver. Here we are using the of B. You are using the public key of B, a private key of B. So that is a pair, one pair of a same sender or a receiver. So this is a pair. Here you can observe, when you are using this private key, so there is a confidentiality. See, the others cannot get the data. You are providing the confidentiality here. But here you are using the public key of B. What happens here? We doesn't know who are encrypted the data. And there is no user's identity here. It's a public key, it's open to all. So anybody, if there is a chance of the others can catch it, the attackers can catch it, so that the data will be attacked. Okay. So in this, the confidentiality is provided, but there is no authentication. There is no authentication. Let us see the another case of the asymmetric. The same plain text, you are performing encryption with a private key of A. We will get a ciphertext, and to get the original text, we are performing the decryption. So that is with a public key of A, and you will get finally plain text. Here it is reverse. I have applied it as a reverse, private key of A and a public key of A. Here you can observe there is an authentication. See, it is a private key, there is an authentication, it is done by A, but there is no confidentiality. There is a chance of the attackers can find out, or they can find the key, so that they can easily get your data. The solution is to combine these two. To combine these two. See, if you combine, you will get like this. Say the plain text, you are performing the encryption with a private key of A, you will get a ciphertext. Again, you are performing the encryption with a PU of B. So here both are satisfied. The confidentiality and authentication. Confidentiality and authentication both are given here. So with this structure and with this process, we can able to perform the security. So by this, there is a less chance of, and there is no chance of getting or attacking the data. So you are performing 2 times encryption, and again it was decrypted 2 times with a public and private keys. Okay, that is the message encryption. In the message encryption, I told you the two ways. One is symmetric encryption. This is general procedure. The plain text you are performing the encryption, you will get a ciphertext. Then again you will get a decryption. You will get a plain text. So this is the process in a symmetric approach. In an asymmetric, I told you there are two techniques. One is this one with a pair of keys we have to use. So the two ways we were used here with a public and a private, and in both the cases there is a chance of attacking by the attackers. So that we were framed like this to avoid such position or such case. And the next one, message authentication code. See the message authentication code, and this was produced with a fixed length, and that MAC is used as an authentication. So observe this diagram. Here we are taking the plain text and we are performing the function C. So when you are performing the function, after the function you will get a MAC code. I told you it is like a C of M comma K. You are performing the function. So by the function you will get a MAC code. And this MAC code and the plain text is attended here. So both are joined. So M MAC. This is M and this is after the function, it will give an output. That output is called as MAC code, message authentication code. So both are attended, both are joined, M and MAC. So see on this M you have performed the function with a key K, you got the plain text. You got the MAC code. This is at the sender side. At the receiver side, what we have to do? We have to perform the function, same function here with the same key on this plain text to generate the MAC code. So after performing this function, you can get the MAC code. So this MAC code and this one, this message authentication code, both are compared. If both are equal, that we say that there is an authentication. Okay, do you understand? If both are same, definitely both will be same, because on this plain text you are performing the function, you will get a MAC code. The same on this plain text, again you are performing the function, you will get a MAC code. And you are comparing these two, definitely both will be the same. Okay, so this is what the message authentication code is done in this case. But there is a problem here. See the message, nowhere it is encrypted in this process. We are directly transferring this plain text. So when you are transferring the plain text directly, there is a chance of modifying the plain text. Okay, so there is a chance of modifying the plain text. So to overcome that problem, we have two techniques. One is authentication with respect to plain text and authentication with respect to ciphertext. So this is authentic. The next two we'll discuss. This is the authentication with respect to plain text, and this is authentication with respect to ciphertext. So what is the problem in the case this first one? So when you are transferring the plain text directly, there is a chance of modifying the data. Let us see. Let us see the remaining two cases: authentication with respect to plain text and authentication with respect to ciphertext. Yeah, you can observe here in the second one. See, this is the plain text. You are taking the you are performing the function with a key K1. So you will get a MAC code. Same process like previous one. So both are attended. You will get an encryption. Both are attended. You will get the output. On this output, you are performing the encryption with a key K2. With a key K2. See, after the encryption, what you will get? You will get the ciphertext. See, both are attended. I told you both are combined. This M and this MAC. So on this you are performing the encryption. So the dashed line here, which represents the what? It is encrypted. It is encrypted. The plain text and the MAC code is encrypted. It is of the sender side part. And now at the receiver side, it has to be decrypted. See, at last you have performed the encryption with a key K2. So to get this M and MAC, what you have to perform? You have to perform the decryption with the same key K2. After performing the decryption, you will get this plain text and the MAC code. Okay. And now you have to perform the function C of M comma K1 to get the MAC code. And now this MAC code and this one both are compared. If both are equal, then we can say that it is authenticated. And this is authenticated with respect to the plain text. Authenticated with respect to the plain text. So what we have done, we were performing the encryption after attending the both MAC, the plain text and the MAC. Okay. And now the next one, this is what. See here, we are taking the plain text. We are performing the encryption. So just before on the plain text, we are performing the encryption with the key K2. So it is, when it is lined, it means it is a ciphertext. So now this plain text is converted into ciphertext. And now on this ciphertext, you are performing the function with a key K1. So you will get a MAC code. You will get a MAC code. Now both are attended. This encrypted plain text and the MAC code. So on this encrypted plain text, you are performing the function that will provide a MAC code. Both are attended. You can observe here the M is shaded, not MAC, because the only plain text is encrypted, not the MAC. In the previous one, both are attended and encrypted. Here, only the plain text is encrypted. So both are attended. See, after the adding these two, in this structure it is shown as M with a line. It is an encrypted. So it is a ciphertext. This MAC is this one. Okay. And now only on this M you are performing the decryption. In the previous case, you are performing the decryption on these two. And now with the key K2, you will get plain text. You will get plain text M. And now you are going to perform a function with a key K1 on this plain text. You will get a MAC code. And this MAC code and this MAC code, both will be compared. If both are same, then we can say that it is a authenticated. We can say that it is authenticated. This is what message authentication code. Okay, this is the first case. In a first case, we are directly sending the plain text, so there is a chance of modification of the data, so that we have given two techniques. One is authentication with respect to plain text, and the next one is authentication with respect to the ciphertext. So this is what the message authentication code. Next, let us see the third one, hash function. See this hash function, this one it is some similar to the previous one. Here you can see, in a hash function, I told you there is no key. It is represented as h of m. But in message authentication code, it is there is a key. That is the difference, main difference for these two. So it is a plain text. You are performing the hash function. After performing the hash function, you will get a code which is called hash code. On the hash code, you are performing the encryption with a key, private key of A. So I told you we use a pair of same type. So it is a PRA, PU, A, private key of A, public key of A. And after performing the encryption, you got the H. The output is represented as a H. Now you are combining these two, this plain text and this output, hash code. So both are attended. Here you can observe in the diagram, M and H is with a crossed line. It is called encrypted. So here you can see the M is as it is attended. On the output of hash function, you have performed the encryption. So that is represented with a small h. Okay, and now you have to perform the decryption only on this. So here it is decryption. It is sender side. Now the receiver side, it has to be decrypted and it needs to get the original text. So you are performing the decryption with a public key of A, so that you will get a H. Okay, and here on the plain text, it is performed the hash function. So after performing the hash function, you will get a hash code, and both these hash codes are compared here. Both these hash codes are compared. If both are same, if these two are same, then we can say that it is authenticated. Otherwise, no, it is not authenticated. Let us see in this first one. See, we are provided a private key of A, but at the decryption side, it is a public key of A. See, when you are using the public key of A, there is a chance of accessing the public key by any attacker. So here it is represented as a public key of A. So there is a chance of any attacker may access your key. So that, see the next process. So here we are considered the plain text. So you are performing same with the previous one, similar to the previous one. You are performing the hash function. You will get a hash code. On that you are performing the encryption with a private key of A. You will get small h. It is a hash code after the encryption. Both are attended. After that, you are performing the encryption on these two with a key K. And you can observe the M is designed with a one pattern of lines because the M is encrypted only once, but the H is encrypted two times. So that is designed, that is shaded with two pattern of lines. Okay, see here it is, once it is encrypted and again it is encrypted. So it is given like this. So at the sender part, it is over. Now we are performing the decryption on these two. So after performing the decryption, this encrypted M will become as M, plain text. But H, you can see you have performed the decryption only once now. So one is gone, and you have the encrypted hash code here. So again you have to perform the decryption with the public key of A. So private key, a public key of A. So here you will get a hash code, and this hash code, and you are applying the hash function on M, and you will get a hash code. Both the hash codes are verified. If both are same, if both are same, we can say that it is authenticated. It is authenticated. Otherwise, otherwise it is not authenticated. Okay. So this is the hash function. So in today's class, we have seen types of message authentication. In that, we have three types. One is message encryption, second one is message authentication code, third one is hash functions. In the first one, the message encryption can be done in a two ways. One is symmetric, another one is asymmetric. In a symmetric, the plain text is encrypted with a key K, and the ciphertext is decrypted with the same key K, and then you will get the plain text. That it is a symmetric approach. In a asymmetric approach, so there are two techniques. So here you use the pair of keys. One is public. The two techniques is one is public and another one is private. So you have to use a pair, both one of same type. Maybe they are of A side or of the B side. So you performed here, and in this case the confidentiality is there, but there is no authentication. And in the next case, there is no confidentiality, but there is an authentication. So we combine this both to get the both authentication and confidentiality. So that is a message encryption. And the next one is message authentication. In a message authentication, see, you have performed this first, but the plain text is directly transferred. So because of this, there is a chance of modifying the data. To overcome that, the remaining two has given. Okay. And the last one is hash function. So in this hash function, we use, there is no key here. We perform, it is a H of M. It will give a hash code. That hash code works as an, and that hash code acts as an authentication. So in a first, in this, there is, we are providing the public key at the decryption side. So there is a chance of the attackers to find this public key. So for that, we have given some more security with the next way. So here it will be secure. So these are the three types of hash functions. So these are the three types of message authentication. Okay.